Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today my name is Motivate My Day in Gameplay, otherwise known as Liz. And today, if you guys couldn't tell by the title, this is going to be a kind of serious video. But before we get into this Saturday's story time, I want to go ahead and give you guys an update on Everyday, the anti-bullying film that I have mentioned quite a few times actually. So, me and my co-editor have officially put the script in for proofreading, and we are getting it finalized by our principals, our actual principal and then our vice principal. And I cannot wait to hear what they think. We should be hearing back from them here pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited, pretty nervous, but mostly excited because I just want to get this kind of out of the way. But yeah, that's our update. The script is finished. It is not yet public. I'm not sure if it's going to be public until the film comes out, but I'm really excited and kind of nervous at the same time. I have my dogs over here as my support system for this Storytime Saturday. So after that announcement, let's go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on my post notifications to get notified every time I upload a video to this channel. And don't forget to comment what you want to see for next Storytime Saturday. And also go down into the description box down below, click all the links, go follow me on all my social medias. And let's get into this story time. Okay. So this story time is going to be the story of how I lost my grandma. Now, this is going to be a really emotional story time, so please forgive me if tears do start to fall. This is just kind of my last resort story time. I have basically the most boring life ever. But, we're gonna get into this story time. I'm not excited about this, but we gotta do it. Gotta do it for them views. So, here we go. So, around halfway through my 6th grade year, my step-grandmother had actually been getting really sick, and she was continuously throwing up, and we officially told her she needed to go to the hospital. So, my grandpa, her husband, took her to the hospital because she couldn't drive. She was throwing up and she was really weak. And they found tumors in her stomach area. It was like right here on her. And she had a very good surgery to remove those tumors, and it was actually successful. They had removed all the detected tumors, but she was still really sick. They thought it was after effects of the surgery, and she was really sick for about 3 months, and she was back in the hospital. She was still throwing up. She couldn't eat. She was on IVs to get fluids in her body along with all of her nutrients. And I remember one day specifically, I had gone to the hospital with my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, to go and see her because I was really worried about her. My mom, my grandma, my brother were all really worried about her. Her husband was worried about her. Like, everyone that knew her was insanely worried about her. And so we went to go see her in the hospital, and it was, my experience with hospitals, it was the most mortifying thing I've ever seen. She was so pale, and it looked like she wasn't even there. She was completely out of it. She was throwing up, and the amount of IVs in her arms was outrageous. And she was like that for 3 months. And then something happened. they did another scan on her. I don't remember what happened, but something happened. And they did another scan on her and found a lot more tumors scattered with her, like around her entire torso. So let's see if I can move my chair. So it was everywhere from her neck to about right here. And she just had dozens and dozens and dozens of tumors. But by the time they'd figured it out, it was too late to perform an operation to remove all of them. So they kept her on the life support, and they kept her on the IVs, and she knew that she was going to die, and I did too. Her birthday rolled around and I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to wish her a happy birthday. And then the next day I went to school and I had a pretty normal day. But I came home and my maternal grandmother was just getting home from the hospital where my grandma was. And she rolled down her window and told me that she's gone. So that one time in the hospital was the last time I saw her. And the last thing I said to her was, "I'll see you at home." That was almost 3 years ago. And everyone misses her still. Everyone. Anytime her name comes up in a conversation, I try to switch the subject. Anytime her Facebook page comes up in my recommended friends, I always ignore it. But I think the hardest part about her passing away wasn't that she wasn't there anymore, it was that I didn't know what to do without her. I did not know what to do without my grandma. Because at that time, I was still a kid. I was still a pain in the butt. I thought the entire world was against me because I never saw my actions as wrong. And after she passed away, I started getting angry and really, really anxious because I thought it was the world that took away my grandma from me. And I think somewhere in the back of my head, I still do think that it's the world's fault that I don't have my grandma anymore. But, I miss her. I miss her a lot. She helped me through a lot. And a lot of the times I go back to memories about her and just start crying because that's how much of an impact she had on my life. And I really wish she was here to see me now because she died when I was 11 and now I'm 14. And I really, really wanted her to be there when I turned 13 and when I turned 16 and 18 and then when I graduated and when I got married and when I had kids. I wanted her to be there for all of that. And I think the reality of just her not being there really hit me hard. I was always angry at my family. There were some family members that I didn't talk to for years. I disregarded the people around me and their feelings of me. I just got really, really mad at everything and everyone. And sooner or later, I got on a medication for it. And during the summer, I got on medication for my depression. So I have that going. And the anger kind of wore off and it grew into anxiety. So now my anger meds are now my anxiety meds. I have my antidepressants. But let's be honest, my antidepressants are my friends, because the amounts of times I've broke down crying at school because I was on my Facebook looking at her Facebook page is just outrageous. Earlier, I think it was on Thursday, I had come across her Facebook page and found my favorite post of all time, and it was a pug dressed up as a Starbucks coffee that said, "Did somebody order a pug skin spice latte?" And I saw that and I remembered her and her sense of humor, and then I was so happy. And then my mind started going, she's not here anymore, you don't get to see her anymore, she's probably forgotten you by now. And my mind just kind of recollected all those feelings and let it out as anger. I got mad at everyone around me because, like I said, when she passed away, the only thing that was going through my mind was those doctors could have saved her, because they let her sit there for 3 months getting worse and worse and worse. They could have given her an earlier scan. They could have given her surgery or something. And I just really wish she would have been there. And everything just became anger-filled with me. I remember the day she passed away, I was crying in my mom's arms. And the next day I wasn't talking to anyone. After the day that she passed away, I went to school and then I called my mom and said I can't do it. And when I started going to school again, I stopped talking to everyone. I wasn't talking to my friends, I wasn't talking to my teachers, I wasn't even talking to my family. I cut myself off from the entire world because of this one incident, and it sucked. But in a way, I learned stuff that I probably never would have learned if I had stuck by the people who were there for me. I had somewhere around 6 or 7 friends at the time, and they all were worried sick about me when I wasn't talking to them. My teachers were informed of what was happening because my family was worried about me. My teachers were worried about me, my friends were worried about me, so my family sat down with my teachers and explained what was happening. And then my teachers explained to my friends what was happening because they were worried about me and wouldn't leave them alone. And in the end, I was so mad at everything that had happened, just because my grandma had helped me through so much. She had helped me through my first breakup. She helped me when I had a lot of family issues going on, whenever me and my mom would fight. I would use her house as a safe place. And when she passed away, I realized I no longer had any of those. And while I was really sad, I was crying just about every night for like a month. I was so mad at everyone else because there was so much they could have done for her. In my mind, there was so much more they could have done for her. But now that I'm older and I'm more mature, I understand that they took the steps that they could to save her and just didn't recognize the signs in time. But yeah, I'm sorry for those of you who really enjoy story times. I'm really sorry that this one had to be this serious and this emotional. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna move on to a less serious topic. So guys, in a few days I will be coming out with a texting lyric prank. Now I've already performed this prank, I just need to edit the footage. But it was really funny. The reaction I got out of my friend was kind of funny, kind of scary. She was freaking out and I felt really, really bad at the end of it. So yeah, I hope you guys look forward to that video. And if you enjoyed this story time Saturday, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to go down below the video, subscribe, turn on my post notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. And while you're down there, go ahead and click all the links in the description and go follow me on all my social medias, including my Pinterest, which will probably not be down there. If it is, it's a miracle. If it's not, don't be surprised. And I will see you guys in the next video, but until then, you guys are amazing, and never forget that. And until next video, bye my motivators!